If you're planning to move outside the United States, you might decide that taking your car with you is a great option. Or maybe you live outside the US and you find a sweet ride on something like eBay or Bring a Trailer and you want to export it from inside the US to outside the US where you're living. Well, I'm Kanan from Dirt Legal, and today I'm going to talk you through the steps of how you're going to export your car from inside the US to outside the US. Did you know the same process occurs whether you're exporting a snowmobile, a motorcycle, a scooter, car, truck, etc.? Well, that's because the U.S. Border and Customs Protection has decided it doesn't matter what you're shipping, they're all going to be equivalent. Now, most of the regulations you need to follow are listed in the Trade and Tariff Act of 1984, and that's now included in Part 192 of the U.S. Customs Regulations. These are great resources to review if you want further explanation beyond this video. Now, regardless of you exporting it or you sending your vehicle through a shipping service, you're first going to want to empty the vehicle of as many belongings. Beyond that, you're going to want to have the interior and exterior thoroughly cleaned and checked over. The reason for doing this is that you might actually be turned away from shipping your vehicle if it is muddy or if your vehicle looks like a tightly packed storage unit. Now, there's going to be several documents you're going to need to be able to export a vehicle from the United States. You want to get all of these things coordinated before you try shipping it outside the United States. And here are the documents you are going to need. The manufacturer's statement or certificate of origin. That's abbreviated MSO or MCO. And they're required for all brand new vehicles or vehicles which have never been registered before. This is going to include all custom constructions like kit cars to indicate the car has not been registered in the past. You're going to need the original version of this document, the MSO or the MCO, and 2 extra copies. Next, you're going to need the certificate of title. All other vehicles required to have a valid title on hand. Now, this is going to be your most critical document to have. Now, to comply with regulations, you're going to need to submit proof of ownership at least 3 days prior to the export date. The next item to have is going to be your bill of sale. In some rare occasions, you would need a bill of sale. Now, this would only apply if there was a good reason you didn't have a title or an MSO to provide. Now, an example would be if you had an antique vehicle that was never titled, or it's a special vehicle coming from a state in which did not require a title. In short, you must present ironclad proof that the car isn't stolen and it's legally yours before customs will allow an export to occur. If you have detailed questions, it's best to contact a shipping expert. And the last thing you want is a lien release document if it is applicable. If you don't own your vehicle outright, you need written authorization from your lien holder that allows you to take the car out of the country. If you have an outstanding lien on your vehicle, the best thing you could do is have it removed. Now, this is going to require you to pay off the loan and then have the lender submit a lien release. You could also consider refinancing with an institution in the country that you're going to move the vehicle to. Now, if you take out a loan and pay it off the existing lien, you can also receive the title and provide it to customs. Now, otherwise, you're going to need a letter with permission from your current lien holder. Now, consider that many lien holders are going to be reluctant to allow a vehicle outside the U.S. if money is still owed on it. But it's all going to depend on your unique situation. Now, for this letter to be considered legitimate by customs, it needs to be on corporate letterhead and signed by an official from the lien holder. You're going to supply this letter in a certified screen print of the title and registration for the vehicle. Now, if you're a U.S. citizen, here's something that's going to be really beneficial to you. You're going to want to know about the Automated Export System, or abbreviated AES. Now, this system is used by the government to collect data on all exports leaving the country. Now, anything leaving the country, all exporters are required to fill out details of what is exactly going out. Now, experts are required to fill in this information known as EEI, or Electronic Export Information, and all of that goes into the AES system. Now, as a U.S. citizen, if you're going to try and export, you need to create an account in the AES system. Now, it's going to take your Social Security number or your SSN and your EIN if you're an employer. If you're a non-U.S. citizen, you're going to need an agent to do all this work for you. Now, in often cases, if you're using a shipping company, they will most likely insist on doing all of this information for you. That way, they ensure that everything is on the up and up and ready to go when you're ready to ship your vehicle. You might be asking, how do I export a vehicle from in the US when I'm not actually in the US and I wanted to export it out? The first thing you need to do is find the vehicle you want to import and then check the import rules, regulations, or criteria for your local country. For instance, Saudi Arabia will not allow a vehicle to be imported if it has a salvage title. Now, we do recommend finding and choosing a shipping company that services your local area. If you aren't in the US, you're probably going to find someone that is in the US that can do some legwork for you. Some auctions and companies already have legal agents in place to help you with all of your exportation needs. With the right shipping company, most of the hassle will be handled for you. And they'll provide a list of everything that is needed, and all you have to do is follow their criteria, and soon you'll have something exported out of the US. Then at that point, your obligation is just to pick up your imported vehicle or have it shipped domestically to your doorstep. So whether you're moving to another country, you're living abroad, or you're just passing through, the same process applies to exporting a vehicle out of the United States. The best choice might even be based in the destination country. Now, if you need a new title to get your vehicle exported out of the country, Dirt Legal can help with that. We can obtain a title and registration for any vehicle, car, truck, motorcycle, scooter, anything you need with wheels to help get it out of the country. We can also offer VIN checks and vehicle history reports before you try and ship your vehicle out of the country. Just click the link in the description below to visit dirtlegal.com, or you can contact us at our 1-800 number because we're here to help you avoid the big risks, whether you're buying or selling or exporting a vehicle, and we'll see you next time.